Welcome back to the BeBall Jones podcast. I'm your simple host, basketball trainer slash anime enthusiast, BeBall Jones. I am here joined with my co-host, overseas pro two-time DPOY champion, Nelson. Today, we're wrapping it up, man. We started this ultimate Olympic race tourney where we created teams based off of either their race or the demographics, meaning where they're from. We broke all this stuff down before, but today we get into the real part, the nitty gritty, and we are going to get into the tournament. So, a quick overview. We have 10 teams here. Did we actually record this last part, or did we how we decided the ranking, or did we do that off?
Yeah, we recorded. We recorded it. Did it by Hall
Okay,
of
okay.
Famers.
Yeah. So for anybody that didn't watch and know, so y'all don't be going mad our heads. We did it by who had the most Hall of Famers of the ranking it is. We didn't agree that these are the best teams in this order. We're going off of Hall of Famers. Okay. So just as a small caveat, Black Americans are first. We don't know how many Hall of Famers they have. We don't even know who's on the team. Like,
However
just
many
being honest.
players they got that many Hall of
Exactly. So,
Famers.
so I did this a little bit where I was like, what if we did actually kind of had like you know how Team USA has like a tryouts, I guess you can say, of like who's gonna make the team and who's not. So I just wrote down like maybe like the top 5 options of each position. So if you want to go for the one, you can have names like Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, Big O, Derrick Rose. Like that's just you can just pick 2 of them. Don't really matter. And you can pick the worst 2 if your opinion. Oh, these are the worst 2. All right, cool. We'll go with them. For the shooting guards, you might have heard his name before. I don't know. He's not that popular in some parts. But this guy named Michael Jordan, you might have heard of him. This other guy named Kobe Bean Bryant, you might have heard of this guy. You might have heard Dwayne Wade, maybe James Harden, maybe Allen Iverson. You might have heard a couple of these names. I don't know. Just depending on how deep you are in the basketball, nerd stats, you might have heard these people. Same thing for the small forwards. You might have heard LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Scottie Pippen, Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady, just a couple people just to kind of throw out there just to see. Charles Barkley, Kevin Malone, Kevin Garnett, Dennis Rodman, Chris Bosh. If you want to go to the 5 man, Shaquille O'Neal, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Dwight Howard, David Robinson. Like pick the worst 2. We don't care. Just pick the 2 names you think are the worst players of this list, and you can have that be the team to roll out there. We're content with that. So I listed
Nice.
a lot of people. Pick them. It doesn't matter. So whatever group you pick, sure, we'll go with that. So I'll probably make that a post and just be like, hey, we didn't create a team, but there's a list of people y'all create who y'all want to. Pick 2 from each position, and that'll be the team.
Yeah, I'll just
Cool.
decide.
Yeah. So whatever. Pause for a second. Make your team, and then make that be like the team you think about when we're going through this list. Got it. Cool. So they're the number 1 overall seed. Second overall seed is white Americans. Um, should we break down the like rosters in case somebody hasn't seen it yet?
Yeah, might as well just run through it real quick.
All right. Let me find the rosters because I don't lost it. All right, here you go. So white Americans, we have John Stockton, Jerry West, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Bill Walton, starting 5. Mark Price, Chris Mullins, Rick Barry, Kevin Love, Bill Laimbeer. Second overall seed are the white Americans. Third, we have mixed teams, meaning mixed race, black and white. Usually the American-born people.
Mm.
So we got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jason Tatum, Blake Griffin, Joakim Noah, Jason Kidd, Devin Booker, Michael Porter Jr., Kuz, and Aaron Gordon. Kyle Kuzma and Aaron Gordon. That's the mixed team. Third overall seed. Fourth overall seed, we are going West Europeans. Is it West or East? Yeah, Western
West.
Europeans. So we have Tony Parker, Ben Gordon, Wemby, Dirk Nowitzki, Giannis, Ricky Rubio, Nick Batum, Laura Marketing, Paul Gasol, and Marc Gasol. So following them are going to be Eastern Euros. Luka Dondada, Drazen Petrovic, Peja Stojakovic, Sabonis, Baby Sabonis, not OG Sabonis. Jokic, Goran Dragic, Bogdanovic, Tony Kukoc, Porzingis, Unicorn, and then the Big Z, not the other Z, the Big Z, the Jonas Ilgauskas. All right,
Bro
on
ain't
this
letting it go.
podcast, on this podcast, the Jonas Ilgauskas is Big Z. All right, I want y'all to know that,
Understood.
stamp it into your brain, tattoo it to your heart. All right, uh, the Africans, Team Africans, they are a 6 seed. That team consists of Emmanuel Mudiay, Kaminga, Siakam, Embiid, Hakeem Olajuwon, Josh Okogie, Luol Deng, Bobo. It ain't OG Bo. It's Lil Bobo. Well, he ain't little, but younger
Little
Bobo.
bowl.
Lil Bo. Serge Ibaka, and then Dikembe Mutombo. Wrap it up. That's our 6 seed. 7th seed is the Islanders. JJ Barea, Rajah Bell, Buddy Hield, Tim Duncan, Patrick Ewing, Carlos Arroyo, VJ Edgecombe, Al Horford, DeAndre Ayton, Carl Anthony Towns rounded out for Team Islands. And we're taking up north, Team Canada. Steve Nash, SGA, Lou Dort, Kelly Olynyk, Tristan Thompson, Jamal Murray, Dylan Brooks, Ben Mathurin, Andrew Wiggins, and Zach Edey. That's the team up north, Team Canada. Now, this is a weird name, but we can come up with nothing better. It's the others. So, like people who came from other parts of the world, they just didn't have enough team. Like Australia had some hoopers, but not enough to make a solid 10. So, just bear with us. All right. If y'all can come up with a better name, cool. We did. So, for team others, we got Ben Simmons running point, Hedo Turkoglu as our 2, AK-47, Andre Karolinko, Sengun, Yao Ming, Patty Mills, I'm gonna say something else. Denny Avery, Josh Giddey, Joe Ingles, and Andrew Bogut holding it down for team others. Then last, I'm saying it's BPC, not least, South Americans. They are our 10th seed, and they consist of Leandro Barbosa, Vasquez, Ginobili, Scola, Nene, Pablo Prigioni, Carlos Delfino, Anderson Varejao, Thiago Splitter, and Fabricio Orboto. He's holding it down as our 10th seed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a lot, but that's our teams. Okay. So we broke down the bracket and we went by Hall of Famers. That's how we did it. Not the overall European. We ain't doing all of that. We try to keep it the Basketball Hall of Fame. That's the order we went through. Now we're going to the bracket. We're going to get into it. So we have I don't even know what this is. So Team Canada versus Team Others. That's the 8th and 9th seed duking it out. So, Nelson, to start off our tournament, who do you think is going to become? We're doing a 7-game series too. We're not just doing a one and done. We're doing a genuine best team win 7-game series. So, we got Team Other and Team Canada duking out 7-game series. Who do you think will be the winner of this team?
Well, if we just going off what we know and what we've seen
Mm-hmm.
in a 7-game series, I would take Team Canada probably to win in 5 or 6.
Really, you going 5 or 6?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be very close. I think the only thing the others have for them is they got some size that
Mm-hmm.
that maybe the Canadians don't have. The Canadians have Tristan Thompson, Kelly Olynyk, Zach Edey as their bigs, and those are they bigs, but they're not super mobile, super physical. Tristan Thompson is solid, great rebounder. Kelly Olynyk, he gonna come in, play hard. He can shoot a little bit. Zach Edey, tall, big, kind of a presence on the inside, but none of them gonna give you a whole lot on the inside like that, scoring wise at least. And then on the others, they got Yao Ming, who obviously can dominate at times. They got Şengün who can score the ball. They got depends on how you feel about Ben Simmons, who he can help him out. AK-47 is gonna help him out. And they can score a little bit, and they can space the floor. Şengün, AK, they shoot the ball, they gonna space the floor. Then you still got you got Andrew Bogut to back up five. So I think that's one of the few things they have going for them. But outside of that, man, the others don't have a like a go-to guy, in my opinion. Josh
Mm.
Giddey, Joe Ingles, Hedo Turkoglu are their scorers for real, for real. I guess you would probably say Şengün is their scorer, but like, who is the other's best player? You know what I mean?
Uh, best player, maybe Yao, maybe.
It, you would probably say Yao off the strength, but I don't think Yao is going to be a good number one option. You talking about winning the playoff series? You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Then Josh Giddey is good, but I don't know if I trust him to lead my team and be the number one option.
nah.
Uh, Denny Avdia and Şengün probably our best bet to like go two-man games. Denny Avdia, Şengün, Yao Ming. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? That's probably their best bet. But then I go to the Canadians, man. We already got two MVPs. You know what I mean? Steve Nash at SGA. Put Steve at the one, SGA at the two. That's already tough in itself. The
Hmm.
three spot could be you could try to add more scoring and go Jamal Murray at the three, or you could go more of a role player spot there, like Lou Dort or Andrew Wiggins at the three, and they're gonna be ready to play defense and shoot the ball when they open. Four spot gonna probably be Kelly Olynyk, and then five probably gonna be Zach Edey, Tristan Thompson, whoever you decide. Then coming off the bench, you're gonna have whoever didn't start between Lou Dort and Andrew Wiggins. You have you gonna have Dylan Brooks come off the bench. They gonna be solid, man. They're just gonna be solid. And Ben Mathurin is gonna score the ball coming off the bench. We know he can
Hmm.
come in, get a bucket, provide a spark. He did it for the Pacers this past playoff run they had, got them to the final, helped get them to the finals. Ben will come off the bench, play 20 minutes, get 16 points. You know what I mean? So I just think the others don't have anything that can combat that. They don't have the scoring power that comes with an SGA Steve Nash front court or back court, I mean.
Hmm.
So uh yeah, I think Canadians taking it in 5 or 6 games.
I think this goes a minimum of 6,
Hmm.
and I would not be surprised if others win because I just think their defense, like, yes, they don't have a go-to scorer. Like, I think we're kind of downplaying Yao some. So if we are, so be it. But
Hmm.
I'll big him up some and just say I don't see Tristan Thompson really giving him enough of a problem. Kelly Olynyk giving enough of a problem. I think you might have to start Zach Edey at the 5 just to combat against Yao,
Yeah, I can
but
see that.
still don't see him being enough of a problem to like really handle Yao. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they're about the same height, but skill wise, they're not playing the same game. You're talking about skill. So I give Yao that nod of being, I don't say the X factor, but like a huge important piece to the series. And then me talking about defense, it's like Ben Simmons. I'm probably sticking Ben Simmons on Nash, and I'm probably sticking Karolinko on SGA. So it's like, man, you got two juggernaut defensive team, first team all defense caliber defenders. Both of them being at least 6'8" or 6'9". I forgot how tall Karolinko is. Um,
They go like 6'10".
so we got two 6'10" guys guarding you. You know what I mean? Like, and Nash is what, 6'2", and SGA is 6'6". So that's not gonna be easy matchup on either end. Like Nash, I'm like, oh, I can cook him. It's like, yeah, he's still gonna go off, bro. But mind you, you got 6'10" guarding you. You know what I mean? Maybe faster, maybe quicker. No, he is faster. Probably just as quick as you, if not quicker. So it's like you really gonna have to be craftier than crafty going against that. So now SGA, he can probably be more efficient going against AK-47 because he's used to having this type of thing going against him. So But I think both of them end up having a tough series just off of those two alone. Um, Now, the spark off the bench for the others will be Patty Mills. Like, yeah, we only scored 22 points the first quarter, and come Patty Mills, light us up for a quick six off the bench. You know what I mean? Like, Turk can shoot. You know, you want to go shooting with them, you probably take Ben out. No, you do take Ben out. You put Patty Mills in, you keep Turk. I don't know if AK is the best shooter, so I put Denny in right there. No, I go Joe Ingles in, Sangoon to the five. And so we're looking at Patty Mills, Turk, Joe Ingles, Sengun, and probably Denny. That's my five roll out if I need offense. And if that six compared to Team Canada, of course not. But it's enough to say we can score with y'all. So I think if it comes down to it, if this is how I think about stuff sometimes. What does their worst game look like where they still win? I don't know for Team Canada because I don't think their defense is enough to match up with others' defense. Like defense is going to be their thing. Like their worst game is we can't score, but y'all ain't finna score either. Like y'all
Team
definitely not
Canada?
scoring. Others, the others'
I
best game is we can't score the ball that well, but y'all definitely not scoring that well. They all finna have an issue because everybody on the floor at the starting five is about 6'10". So
who
that's
would you
kind of
say
why
the
I see
starting
it.
five is for the others? If you were coaching them, maybe who would you start?
Ben Simmons, Hedo Turkoglu, Andre Karolinko, Sengun, and maybe Yao. Uh, Either Yao or Bogut for the five. Just depending on what we looking like and what we need. So not the sexiest group, but
You said
I
Ben
would lean to
Simmons,
the height.
Hito
Mm-hmm.
Turgaloo,
Mm-hmm.
AK-47,
Mm-hmm.
Shingun. You said Shingun,
Yeah.
and then either Yao or Bogut.
Yep.
So that is a big lineup, but I don't think that lineup is getting you no scoring for real, for real. Like Hito can get a bucket, Shingun can get a bucket a little bit. I wouldn't even say Hito good. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Shingun, but if you was like, I'm gonna get to such and such, and he got to give me a bucket. Who was that person?
For the starting five,
Yeah,
either Turk or Yao.
Circle. Yeah, okay. Now fourth quarter come about. We down three. There's like a minute left. Who we running the place for? We
Turk.
trying to get Hito open or Turgaloo? Yeah.
Yep. Because you
Okay.
gotta remember when he was with the Magic, he was the one getting the ball, and the
He
ball was in his
was.
hands.
All
He was
right.
in the game winning. So I'm like, now would I love that compared to the rest of the teams, and specifically for this matchup, Team Canada? I don't see shot for shot. Like if every game came down to like, all right, others have a game winner and Canada has a game winner. The fact that Canada has three guys you can go to very comfortably between Nash, Jamal Murray, and SGA, that's a tough matchup to have. It's like, all right,
Them three
Turk.
killers.
It's like, all right, Turk, you got to figure out how to win compared to them. And then your next best option is maybe Joe Ingles or Patty Mills. Let's do a 3-on-3. So you got Turkaloo, Patty Mills, and Joe Ingles for your game winner compared to Nash, SGA, Jamal Murray. That's real ugly.
It's
That's
terrible.
real ugly.
And then, like, not even that. I think the Canadians' only weakness is bigs. Like, and they at least they got them. They got big. They got Tristan Thompson. They got Kelly Olynyk. They got Zach Edey. And those they play the big position, but they ain't gonna give you too much. You know what I mean? They gonna play their
Mhm.
role. Tristan Thompson in his prime, he come in there and get you a bunch of rebounds, everything. Kelly Olynyk can shoot a little bit. Zach Edey gonna take up space. He a presence now, but he ain't gonna give you too much on offense and whatnot. He just a presence. You can't help off
Yeah.
on they lob it over the top on defense. He gonna be big in the paint. He a presence. So it's something. That is the only downside to Canada, I feel. But I don't think the others are taking full advantage of that, in my opinion. Because it's like Yao Ming versus Zach Edey. Don't get me wrong, Yao better than Zach Edey. But at least we have somebody Yao side. You know what I mean? Because everybody ain't got that.
Mhm.
We got somebody Yao side. But y'all ain't got no Steve Nash or SGA on y'all team. And that's kinda
Mhm.
how I look at it. Like, man, Steve gonna take care of the ball. We run it first and foremost. We run it. We already know that.
Others
But
can
they
run
all
too, though.
you right. I'm not saying y'all can't, but we also got defense on the perimeter too, like the way you just described. They also have defense on the perimeter. SGA is a good defender. Then we got a Lou Dort, we got an Andrew Wiggins that can guard, Dylan Brooks who can guard, Tristan Thompson can guard. He just undersized big.
Yep.
Like these guys gonna play defense and they can shoot. So now you got Lou Dort. He know he gonna be 3 and D. He gonna give you what you need. Dylan Brooks same way. Dylan Brooks starting to come into his own a little bit this season though. But he know he gonna have to
Yeah.
play defense. Yeah, come
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
now you see. And then Ben Mathurin, he a solid defender. He okay defender, but he gonna come off the bench, give us a spark. And then Jamal Murray, Steve Nash, SGA gonna give you what you need.
Mhm.
And that's just I feel like I'm putting everything on them at the end of the day. So everybody else
Yeah.
just rally around that, play D. You know what I mean?
No. So, all right. So let's look at it like this. I won't stay on this too long because we got more to get into. So, who is so you got Lou Dort starting for Canada, right?
If I was coaching, I go Steve Nash, SGA, uh, I'm probably going Kelly Olynyk and Tristan Thompson, 05. And then off the bench, I'm gonna have Dort, I'm gonna have Dylan Brooks, I'm gonna have Ben Mather, I'm gonna have Zach Edey, and Jamal Murray. Because I want Jamal Murray to come off the bench and run the show.
Mhm.
Honestly, that's what I want. Because I got Steve, I got SBA. You know what I mean? I don't need Jamal Murray also. So I'm gonna put a role player in. I'm gonna put Wig in there. Wig gonna give you what you need. He don't care. Then I'm gonna let Jamal Murray, Ben Mather come off the bench, Lou Dort, and it's gonna be a step down, but it's gonna be the same look. We got Steve Nash. Steve Nash, we will drop down from Steve Nash to Jamal Murray. We know he a playoff killer. SGA to Ben Mather. We know Ben Mather gonna come in ready to score. So it's not the same level. Of course, we dropping 2, 3 tiers now
Mhm.
from Steve Nash to SGA, but it's the same. You still got to guard these guys. These are two guys that come in and get 30. Then we go from Wig to Lou Dort or Dylan Brooks, whatever, how we rotate. He still gonna come in, be 3 and D, be dangerous, play defense. We don't miss a beat, in my opinion. That's why I say it's like 5 or 6 games. I think I'm taking count.
All right. If if you got Nash, SGA, Wiggs, Kelly, and Tristan, who's guarding Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons
Prime, like,
guarding Ben
like
Simmons.
no, like actual Ben Simmons. We ain't talking about the way we think about it now, but actual Ben Simmons when he was
Oh,
DPOY caliber, 3 time like the real Ben Simmons. We're taking prime of everybody.
well, basically your lineup, somebody shorter is gonna be guarding somebody taller. If you start four,
Mhm.
6'9" guys, it is what it is. But um, I really don't care who guard Ben Simmons, honestly, because he gonna have to post up at the end of the day. Ben gonna have to post up.
Okay.
If you try, we got bigs, whatever. If y'all gonna beat us on Ben Simmons drives and post ups, then doggone it, we deserve to lose. You know what I mean? I'm saying we like I play for Canada or something, but I'm taking Canada out of that scenario because we gonna help off obviously we can't just help off Yao being the darker spot. But if you start bogging over Yao, I ain't gonna lie. That gonna make it a little easy. I feel like Yao gotta start. Even though he is a guy you probably want to post up, I
That's
feel
gonna
like you
make it
gotta start
easier.
Yao. For easier for them, I'm saying, like for the others, Y'all
Oh, I'm
probably
finna
need to
say easy
start.
for y'all. Like, I don't know, bro. That's a
No, 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 no,
bogey
no.
used to get a bucket.
Y'all should start for the others, in my opinion, because y'all not gonna get a ball to Bogey like that, man. Just being real.
Yeah.
Y'all not getting the ball to Bogey like that. And then, uh, he don't get a bucket, of course. Şengün was tough. We putting Tristan Thompson on Şengün, Kelly Olynyk on the other big, and we live with that.
All
Because
right.
I like
So
Tristan Thompson to be able to guard him. I don't care who guard Ben Simmons. Stand
okay.
at the free throw
So
line and whatever.
so you finna give up 25 points is what I'm hearing off of
To
Ben.
Ben Simmons,
Prime Ben Simmons was giving you 20 and 8 and 8.
prime Ben Simmons averaged like 18 points. I
Okay,
don't know if he ever
18.
averaged 20.
But what I'm saying is, in a playoff series like this, hey, you finna have somebody 6'4" guarding you. We're going downhill. We're finna post up. So if that's what I have to rely on, I can take that because now, okay, y'all want to double team that. Forget that. We're gonna take out Yao. We're gonna put in Patty Mills. We're gonna put in Ingles. We're gonna put you with shooters. And we're still going to be pretty tall because Ingles is like 6'7" maybe. Patty Mills is the shortest person on the team, and he's like 6'3". So now it's like, okay, cool. You want to double team, kick out the Patty Mills, kick out the Joe Ingles. So now we're going to play that game. And we're still finna defend you on the other end because we still have Turgaloo and Ben's finna have to lock y'all up too. And then Kirilenko still guarding too. So it's like, yes, you thinking Ben Simmons ain't finna give you nothing, but he's finna go downhill. Like Prime Ben wasn't just post ups. Like he's still coming downhill getting fouls. So in today's game, you want to skip forward however many years it's been, 10 years, the foul game's finna be crazy. So him and SJ finna be foul for foul, basically, seeing who can foul the other team out. So and then Turk coming down the other end, still giving you buckets. You got Patty Mills finna cook, Joe Ingles splashing for three. Sengun probably gonna rack a couple fouls too. And so the couple handful of bigs y'all got, finna have to deal with Ben Simmons and Sengun getting y'all in foul trouble. So y'all finna be playing a 6'5" or 6'7" 5-man against nothing but 6'7" people and up. So I honestly think it goes 7, but for the sake of continuing on with this, I do think Canada wins. The reason being is one, the depth of like the high level of skill that they have and the depth of the high level of skill. Because all right, cool. My top three players are still better than your top three players. Like if we're drafting
Mhm.
players, Canada has the first two. Then you could go Ben or Jamal Murray for the next player. That's debatable. Like actual real Ben Simmons, not the current Ben Simmons, but actual real Ben Simmons is a conversation to be had. So if we're going top 5 picks, one of them coming from the others, they might get the fifth spot, maybe, with Yao, probably. And so because of that, I'm giving an edge that in the depth of what they have. I don't see Nash, SGA, and Jamal Murray having that many bad games to where they can't win a 7-game series. So I do agree Canada wins, but I think it goes a 6, possible 7 for me. I don't see it being 5. I just can't see. Honestly, I think this team is something like the '04 Pistons, I want to say, whatever that was, where it's kind of like real gritty defense. We locking y'all up and we kind of scoring by committee. Everybody's finna pitch in anywhere from 14 to 18 points. Ben Simmons giving you about 18, Turk giving you another 18, AK giving you 12, Sengun giving you 16, Yao giving you 18, maybe 20. He might be the one to push to 20. So that's kind of what I see from it. But I wouldn't if there's another team, I would probably give them that nod in winning that round. But I think Canada has too much talent and the depth of talent too. So that's what I got.
Well, I still don't think it's going 7, but I'm glad we can agree that Canada wins. I think another thing that you forget, and then we can move on, obviously, you're gonna have to put Jeremy Lin in the game. You ain't wanna mention Jeremy
Jeremy
Lin,
Lin,
but
he ain't
I
on the
got to.
team.
Jeremy Lin was on the team.
No, you're not. We cut him out.
Did we? Okay, well, I still got him on my roster. My fault. I was gonna say, this man ain't mentioned Jeremy Lin once. But
Shoot, he
you
got to
when
defend, but you got who Nash guarding? If you talking about that,
Steve Nash ain't got to play great defense, dog.
okay, Jeremy Lin.
But
Like this is the thing.
Jeremy
When you
Lin ain't
got
gonna give
this,
you what Steve Nash give you on offense, though.
hey, we're talking Lin Sandy. Lin Sandy, he giving you
So now we talking 2 weeks of a prime. He's gonna
how
be
long the playoffs
competing
got
with.
to be? How long the playoffs got to be? We need him
He
good for
ain't
2 weeks,
doing it in the
brother.
playoffs, my boy. Melo came back and said, "All right, young blood, that's enough. We that's enough out of you." But
So we gonna play Jeremy Lin very sparingly because we don't need Lin Sandy. We don't need that much. All right, we down and out bad. Hey, Lin, go ahead and do your thing. Kick off 30 piece. That's all we need, man. That's all we get. If Lin was on the team, but anyway, he ain't on the team.
nah, bro. But we probably put wig on Ben Simmons, and if AK-47 kill us, AK-47 kill us. But I say the same thing about Ben Simmons. If Ben Simmons kill us, we deserve to lose. Dog, hey, that's just what it is. But
Hey, man.
as long as
Ben,
we got 2 MVPs on this side, we better win a series. That's all I'm saying.
I think the real thing that hurts this team, I think the only true thing that I think hurts this team is not having enough shooting. Like if
Yeah.
the others had better shooting, that's scary. Because Ben Simmons coming down here, you trying to double off of that, kick out to a legit shooter. And I think if Sangoon and or AK were better knockdown shooters, this is a whole different matchup. I think they probably upset a lot more teams. But because the defense, I think they might have top 3 defense of everybody on here.
Thanks.
So having the top 3 defense in this quote unquote league we have with the level of height that they have and the level of shooting that they could have, that's gonna be a tough matchup, man. But anyway, Team Canada won, so they're moving on, and they'll be facing the number 1 overall seed, Black Americans. So next, Islands versus South America, and that is 7 versus 10 seed. So the real question is, how long does this last?
The Islands are probably sweeping the South Americans. If we being honest, the Islands are probably sweeping them.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's not. They realize I didn't say who's winning. I just said how long it's gonna last.
They getting swept. No
Yeah,
disrespect to the South Americans, but y'all, Manu Ginobili is your best player, and as great as he was, we all remember Manu. As great as Manu Ginobili was, him as a number 1 option with nobody. Who was the second best player for the South Americans? Leandro Barbosa?
probably Nene, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Like, if we can't even decide who your second best player is, probably ain't looking good. And it ain't
Mm,
because everybody's so good that we don't know who number 1 and who number 2. It's because it ain't nobody worthy of being a number 2 option.
yeah,
So, meanwhile, the Islanders got Timmy D, Pat Ewing as they bigs, and guard play is a little shaky. You got VJ Edgecombe, got Buddy Hield, Jose Alvarado. You know it's guard play is shaky to say the least. But with a big rotation of Tim Duncan, Pat Ewing, Al Horford, Karl Anthony Towns, plus DeAndre Ayton, we got enough firepower. So
yeah,
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 I think it's only going for.
yeah. I think the slight chance of them getting the game is if they have some crazy 3-point shooting. That's the only nod I can give them of possibly outdoing them. Because you could be like, oh, we'll just run. I don't think people remember that like young Pat Ewing could run a little bit. And if you do want to go that route, all right, cool. We can small ball it up and have shoot Allen that big, but we can go Al Horford running, Cat can run. So it's like, all right, you want to run? Cool. We're still going to be bigger than you guys, and we're still going to have more talent than you guys. So the best bet I think they have is really just going off of 3-point shooting. Manu going to have to go off for 30 every game.
For
Barbosa finna
real.
have to go off for 20. Scola finna have to go off for 20. Because you got Tim Duncan, he's giving you playoff Timmy is giving you about 27 and 12. This ain't
Facts.
regular season Timmy no more. You seen playoff Timmy. Playoff Tim Duncan's giving you 27 and 12. And a good 3 blocks. Patrick Ewing giving you pretty much the same numbers probably. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, both of them out. All right, cool. We're looking at DeAndre Ayton, Karl Anthony Towns, and Al Horford. Cat can give you 20, 25. Aiden can give you anywhere from 15 to 22. Horford can give you anywhere from a solid 10 to a great 22 in the series.
Mhm.
We're not missing too much. So the odds of Tim Duncan and Pat Ewing having 4 bad enough games to lose to them, I don't see that happening. Tim Duncan's going to wheel you to 3 alone by himself, if need be. But you don't, because we still got Pat Ewing having his back. So if 3-point shooting ain't just Splash Brothers on steroids, I see no parallel universe, multiverse, where this South American team can beat the Islands in a 7-game series. So you wanna go shot for shot? All right, Buddy Hield finna go off 2. VJ finna go off for 2. JJ can go off. Rajah Beck, like they can pull enough out to be like, oh, we can go shot for shot. Cool. So
Facts.
yeah, it's a sweep. It's easy. So all right.
Not to mention you trying to guard Timmy D and Pat Ewing with Tiago Splitter and Luis Scola. It's not looking good at all.
The one thing I will give them credit for is that they have enough bigs to match up in terms of having big bodies,
They got
which
bodies,
is
yeah.
yeah, but you gotta have talented bodies to go against them. Because once again, you have 25 to 30 points by one player you have to account for, and both of them can give you the same thing. So you finna have,
Mhm.
50 points between 2 people you have to account for and counterbalance. Name me 2 people for this team that can give you a guaranteed 25. You can't. You finna have to name, like, 4 people. And so Timmy D started playing, man. I'm tired of this call. Let me just get you out the game real quick. Pat Ewing doing his little thing, getting off on who guard him, and Alberto. Like they don't have the defensive body to counter what they got. They don't have the offensive firepower to counter what they got. So you have to double team
Facts.
too much off of that. And I kick out to Buddy Hill for 3. And let's say he is inconsistent. All right, cool. I got VJ. You can count on him enough. Rajah Bell, you can count on him enough. So I just see this being a sweep. Only time I see it on Wednesday, like I said, they go off with crazy threes, but I don't see that happening. So get them up out of here, man.
Alright. So that settles our play-in tournament, I guess you'll say.
Yeah.
So now
All
we
right.
on to the
Now we're
main
down to
bracket.
the real nitty gritty, man. So now we have the Monstars. I mean, the Black Americans going against the Team Canada. So once again, whatever team you created for the Black Americans, have them match up with Team Canada.
Well, I took the liberty of going ahead and put down some names. So I went just the 2 best in my mind at every position. So I went Magic, Jordan, Bron, KG, and Kareem as starters. Backup Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, KD, Karl Malone, Shaq. Now we
Mm.
could interchange whatever certain players. I just went in and put some names down just so we can call out matchups if need be. But
Honestly, I don't think this round qualifies for it because if you're going Shaq, who's stopping Shaq? If we going Kareem, who's stopping Kareem? If we're
I ain't gonna let you
going
Canadians done just off the fact of the big men. You got Tristan Thompson, Kelly
yeah,
Olynyk, Zach Edey finna try to guard Shaq and Kareem. It ain't looking good.
then barbecue chicken. That's what Shaq would
Oh
say.
my God, Tristan Thompson on Shaquille O'Neal, you gonna put an elbow on his head, dunk the ball. They're gonna be crazy. Y'all, they would really need Steve Nash and SGA to get like 40 apiece.
And that's not happening. Like who you said for the I know you said Brown, but who else you had at the 3?
KD,
And you said Jordan and who was the 2? You said
Kobe,
Kobe?
they
Nah.
gonna play D.
Nah. Hey,
Yeah.
Jordan taking it personal. Jordan is Jordan is locking SGA down, and then you get what? Kobe coming in right behind him. Bron coming in. Now, mind you, this is prime LeBron. Whatever your definition of prime LeBron is, picture that. Whether it's Heat LeBron or it's the second stint Cavs LeBron. I know your boy is 2018 Cavs LeBron, so you're going with him.
2018.
So picture that trifecta going against that team. That's nah,
And you
nah.
already know if I'm the coach in the fourth quarter, we going death lineup. Bron at the 1, Mike at the 2, Kobe at the 3, KD at the 4, Shaq at the 5. Y'all finish the game off. If it's remotely close, Bron, you go to 1, Mike, Cole, K, Shaq. Y'all go ahead. What you want to run? Man, go whatever Bron call. Run it. Whatever Bron call. There should not be one possession we don't end with a good shot or points.
Mhm.
We better have points every single possession, or we just missed a good shot.
Yep.
Because y'all ain't got there ain't gonna be no lineup like that for nobody else. Nobody got the death lineup like that. So
So
yeah, I
yeah,
don't think it's close off the strength of that alone.
yeah. Now you talking about blowouts. This gonna look like that old 92 Dream Team, 96 Dream Team era, just like y'all getting smacked.
Real dream
So
team.
I think that's the crazy thing about this team too. Like we could probably make two separate Black American teams, and
Yeah,
both of them would still be in the finals duking each other out. Like that's how good this team is. Like so,
yep.
yeah, yeah. We ain't finna waste no time on that, man. Team Canada, smack them boys out of here for 4 games.
Appreciate
Now
y'all.
we do actually, now we do have to have a conversation. It's a heart to heart right here, man.
Mhm.
Next matchup we have is the Eastern Europeans versus the Western Europeans. So just a refresher. On the West side, we have Tony Parker, Ben Gordon, Wemby, Dirk, Giannis, Ricky Rubio, Nick Batum, Laurie Marketing, and the Gasol brothers. That's the Eastern. I mean, that's the West. My bad. That's the West. On the Eastern side, we have Luca, Drazen Petrovic, Peja, Sabonis, Yoke, Goran Dragic, Bogdanovich, Kukoc, Porzingis, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas. So let me make sure I got this right. We had Western Euros being the 4th seed and Eastern Euros being the 5 seed. So technically, going by how we did it before, Western Euros are the better team, technically.
Mhm.
So how you think this plays out, man?
Man, this probably will be the toughest one we discussed, honestly.
Yeah.
Cause man, I think either way you slice it, it's gonna go 7 games,
Hmm.
honestly. But the thing about it, this is what makes it interesting. The Eastern Europeans don't have many talented wing players, but they do got Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Then they got a lot of great bigs. They got Jokic, of course. Then they got Sabonis, who is baby Jokic, and then Porzingis, Petrovic. These guys can shoot. Peja Stojakovic. You know what I mean? They got solid big players. Bogdanovich could give you some buckets, of course, on the wing. So then we move on to the Western Europeans. I think they solid all around. I think start lineup wise, we probably go Tony Parker at the 1, probably go Ben Gordon at the 2, and then 3 probably go Laurie Marketing. 4 go probably be either Giannis or Dirk. Probably go Giannis. I don't know. Is however you feel that day, honestly. And then you go Marco Powell at the 5, however you want to play that. For the Eastern Europeans, I think star lineup, you probably go Luka, Bogdanovich. Only know who you started 3, honestly. It'd be between Tony Kukoc and Petrovic, probably. Then 4-5, I'm probably going Sabonis and Jokic. So it really comes down to: do you think Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic is gonna kill the whole team? That's kind of what it comes down to. Are they good enough with shooting around them and like smart players around them? Are they good enough to take down this team? That's how I look at it.
Because at first I was thinking, oh, it's Western Euros. Like just first glance of just looking at it.
Yeah.
When I started thinking about it, I was like you said, the core pieces are Luka and Yoke. So it's like, all right, we kind of playing off of them, playing around them. And I look at it, it's like, all right, kind of thinking in terms of matchups, you don't have an answer for Luka. Like the guard play, no one can like really sit down and guard Luka. So he's going off for his whatever he gonna get. No one can stop Jokic. He's into that realm of like who's guarding Jokic. Like the way we talk about Shaq, the way we talk about Kareem, the way we talk about Dream, Jokic has entered the category for me. So it's like who's guarding Jokic? All right, he's still finna go off for 30 if he chooses to. So as much as I love the Gasol brothers and Giannis, I don't see them stopping Jokic. Wemby has the best shot, but I think he's still too small and too weak to really deal with him enough consistent. Because Jokic's so smart, man, he'll figure something out, you know. So until Wemby can progress and develop and show us that he can counteract these things, I don't know how much Wemby gives you in terms of countering Jokic. And then, like you said, the shooting and playmaking that they have around them for the Eastern Euros, I'm like, man, it's kind of crazy. That's kind of tough. So star power wise, Western Euros have it, but I think the Eastern Euros are a little more balanced and they're a little bit more I think the offense flows a lot better. I think they're probably like more, I don't say traditional, but more the way we think about European basketball, move and cut and pass and screen because they know how to do that. And it's like, all right, cool. Dump it down the yokes, everybody moving, flying around, boom, boom, boom. Why they ain't call no
Yeah.
plays? Because we know what to do. We just playing basketball at this
They
point.
gonna play the right way.
Yeah. Versus Western Euros, I think it's a little more clunky because yes, you have Dirk. He's gonna do his thing. But the lineups you put out there, I don't think they're gonna flow. You have to be very mindful of the lineups you put out here. I don't think they're gonna flow as well because who is the shooters that you have out here? It's not a great shooting team for the Western Euros. Tony Parker's not a great shooter. Rubio is solid. Nick Batum solid. Ben Gordon, he can score. Laurie Marketing is probably your best um, shooter after Dirk. So it's not looking great in terms of shooting. Like if you gonna have to rely on Dirk and Laurie carrying all the weight of being your shooters versus I can throw 5 out there for the Eastern Euros and give you 3 3-pointers a piece. That's tough to try to combat. So I think the game's gonna come down to the fact that the Eastern Euros have a more cohesive unit and they can hit you different ways of how to score. So you can go 3 ball, we can go Luka killing you and going off for the mid range, step backs like he does. We can go Yoke going off and doing his thing. Neither of them got it. One of them in foul trouble. All right, it's a bonus. You can go off and do your thing. So we got Baby Yoke. So I think Eastern Euros have a better team, but I think the Western Euros have the better players, but I don't think they mesh as well. So I think Eastern Euros win this in 7.
I'm inclined to agree with you, honestly. Because if we just looking at names, like you did, I think you explained it like really well. Because if we just look at names, you kind of feel like the Western Europeans should win.
Yeah.
But if we talking about actually playing together, because the thing about it is with the Western Europeans, somebody got to play the 5. The only legit
Mhm.
5 man they got is Mark and Will Wimby, and those are solid. But then we got 3 power forwards for real, and Giannis, Powell, and Dirk. Plus Laurie Marketing, probably more of a 4 than a 3.
Yeah.
So they kind of each other way in a way. Because I don't want to put Dirk at the 3. I don't really want to put Giannis at the 3. Lord probably fit the best at the 3 spot.
Mhm.
And then I know people going to be like, just put Wimby at the 4. But then who are we putting at the 3? You know what I mean? So, and then now you got these big players, these big wings who can't shoot it great. Dirk can shoot and Lord can shoot, like you said. Now we got Nick Batum, who a 3-and-D guy who can play the three. And that's great. He's probably the best thing for them cohesiveness wise. And then Tony Parker, Ben Gordon probably starting, and that's solid. So I think
Mhm.
the best like cohesive unit they could put on the floor would probably be Tony Parker, Ben Gordon, Nick Batum, and then whoever you want to put it for, Dirk or Giannis, and then Marc Gasol or Wemby, probably Wemby.
I think
So
for the
that's
sake of talent that you not talent, God, like, this is ugly, bruh. I just don't know
this
how to make
ugly
this
team.
team flow because talent-wise, Wemby should be your 4 I mean, not Wemby, Giannis should be your 4, but Giannis
Right.
can't shoot, so you need to have Dirk. So now you're finna have arguably your best player not starting? That doesn't sound right. So then you have to throw some other weird so if you put Giannis at the 4, Wemby at the 5, Nick Batum is your 3, so Nick Batum is your best shooter, but how much spacing are you gonna have for that group? Not a lot. So do you put Wemby on the bench? You can't do that because he can arguably end up being your best player. So that's just it's just clunky fit, man. Like talent wise, if we're drafting players, you're probably gonna go Yoke, Luca, Wemby, and Giannis. That's I'll just say that's the first 4 coming off the board.
Yeah.
Whatever order you want to have, I'm not trying to debate that right here. That's the first 4
Right.
coming off the board. Then the next 3 picks are going to be the Gasol brothers and Dirk. So they have the talent. But then after that, you can start nitpicking of Eastern versus Western Euro. Who's the next best player? Cool. But talent wise, you're talking 5 of the first 7 coming from one team. That's a stack team. But then you start going
Uh,
past, but they're all playing the similar roles, similar position. If you gave me one of these guys that were a point guard, if you gave me like if Wimby was a 1, now we're looking at a whole different team, and we're probably looking at the Western Euros being a way better team, like just talent wise and fit wise, all that stuff. But because it's just like they're all playing the same position, they're all going to be in each other's way. I don't know who's shooting the ball consistently and well enough for them. And if they're not shooting the ball, if Eastern aren't shooting the ball well, they still have plan B, which is to give it to our go-to guys and let them score. Then plan C is give it to our go-to guys in another spot and let them score. And plan C is give it in third. Like that's how liable, I mean, how versatile they are. Because Luca can either ISO ball you, he can pick and roll you, he can post up. Yoke can put you in a post, he can put you in a high post, he can be a playmaker. Then you got Pager, sniper, Kukoc, hitting them things. Porzingis can hit him. Bogdanovich hitting him. Petrovic and Dragic and like it's just you can't double team off of this.
they
It's
have a
50-40.
better fit
Way better fit. So
because
talent
honestly, with
wise,
the
I
not
want
to cut
West
you
to
off,
win, but go ahead.
yeah, no, not to cut you off, but the Westerns, the thing, if we talk about this in sense of real life, I know this all hypothetical. In real life, somebody on this team gonna be mad. Somebody on
Oh
this
yeah.
team is upset because now you talking about deciding who plays between Lauri Markkanen, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Pau Gasol, Wemby, and Marc Gasol, and Dirk. All 6 of them not gonna play for real because they can't play
Mhm,
together.
mhm.
Like Dirk, Giannis, Powell, one of them ain't gonna play. You know what I mean? It's just what it is.
So okay, let's kind of play this out. If we're coaching this team, obviously Giannis is playing. That's their best player. Wemby has to play because he can arguably be your second best player.
If you ask me,
I
I'm
think
starting Giannis and Wemby just off the strength of length and athleticism on defense. I'm starting both of them for me. If I don't start them, I'm ending the game with them. They my most important players together,
yes, yes.
in my opinion.
I I think Dirk gets playing time off of he's your best shooter.
Yeah.
So I think those 3 are your guaranteed bigs to play. Lauri Marketing being my second best shooter, arguably, he has to play. He has to find some minutes. So you're looking at the Gasol brothers not getting PT, which sounds crazy because Paul Gasol is the guy. Like he's probably a top 10 power forward all time. And I'm like, bro, he's not even playing minutes. He's not playing minutes. So I think you have to go Giannis and Wemby and Dirk starting. Like I'm not starting, but have to be getting a lot of minutes for that team. And all of the fact that Laurie Marketing is probably your second best shooter, either him, it's between him, Nick Batum, and Ben Gordon as your next best shooters. You kind of have to play. So it sounds crazy, but yeah, Laurie Marketing is playing over the Gasol brothers. But look at this team and tell me who else is shooting that well. He has to. So, like you said, Wemby and Dirk, Wemby and Giannis, I'm on 4 or 5, and Dirk is my six man, and we're gonna have to rock with that. Even with that team, it's still kind of a clunky fit because the ball movement of well, if Giannis was a better shooter, we're looking at a totally different game, but he's not. So I think Eastern Euros win. I think they could probably squeak this out in 6 because they're such that smooth of a fit with each other. And I think Western Euros kind of step each other feet, trying to figure stuff out. They don't have the shooting. Uh, Giannis will be clogging up the paint. Tony Parker's trying to drive and get down there. Ruby trying to drive and get down there, and they can't. I think the one night I will say they probably would have is defense. Yeah, I think they have a better defense team between Giannis and Wemby. If you do play the Gasol brothers, you got that too. But I don't think it's enough to counter the Eastern Euros overall basketball.
I agree. So we saying Eastern Euros in 7?
Eastern Euros in 7, man. It's kinda crazy, man, but
It is kinda crazy. Somebody gonna be like, "Well, why would y'all put all these power forwards on the team? These the best Europeans." If we
yep,
didn't put them on the team, y'all be like, "How y'all ain't got such and such on the team?" So I just want to throw that out there because I know that's coming from somewhere. Somebody will be like, "Well, why would y'all put all these guys on the same team?" And then if we did it, y'all would be like, "Well, how you ain't got Pau Gasol? How you ain't got?" Nah,
yep.
bro. It's just what it is. These the best Europeans. We took them as they were, and here we are.
Yeah, man. It was a ugly fight to get here, but we got here. So we had Team Canada going on. I think that's the ones we had Ireland. Alright, so next we have white Americans versus the Islanders.
Oof.
Hmm, how you feel about this
Okay.
matchup?
I think it's interesting, but once again, the Islanders got the superior bigs.
Mhm.
I think the white guys got the better guard wing play. So it comes down to that.
I think yeah, because I think talent-wise, white team has a more obviously, they're more talented, like, in terms of depth. That's not a
Mhm,
conversation. Because 'Cause you're talking about once again, talking about Hall of Fame. They're the 2nd overall seed for a reason. Like, you got the most Hall of Famers here, you got MVP, you got all-time steals leader, all-time assist leader, some all-time great shooters. Then you got Kevin McHale, who by the time he retired was the greatest power forward to play. Uh, so and Bill Walton in his prime, they're talking about he's one of the greatest centers. So it's kinda hard for me to look at this team, then look at Team Islands and be like, "Yeah, they can compete." Like,
mhm.
don't get me wrong, Duncan being the greatest power forward of all time is a great, piece to have. Patrick Ewing being a top 10 center all time is a great piece to have. But
Facts.
if we're talking about a team be able to neutralize this, like the person who was you before you is guarding you now. So we have like Duncan, you're the greatest power forward now. But before that, it was
It was
Kevin
Kevin
McHale.
McHale.
So like we have you before you. Patrick Ewing is a top 10 center in his prime. Before that, we had Bill Walton being at his time probably top 5, you know, greatest centers of all
Facts.
time in prime too. So
Bill
we
Walton
have
won
you
the
before you.
MVP.
nod to that too. And I think didn't he win a championship for that team? The,
Mhm.
old and he a
Old fun
champion.
triplets.
So, I think off of that alone, that kinda neutralizes what they can do. Then you talking about off the bench, talking about Bill Embiid versus Cat, Kevin Love versus Ayen, and Horford throw that in there too. I like Kevin Love over Cat.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel comfortable. I feel very comfortable with Kevin Love, 'cause it's so crazy too, like, I don't even know what to say prime Kevin Love is, 'cause you can get 40-20
Minnesota.
Kevin Love, but he was a, champion and arguably, like, that guy, but, like, 40-20 Kevin Love is the when we pictured, like, best Kevin Love, that's him. But
Yeah,
who would
just
say
like
he
Chris
couldn't have
Bosh.
gotten yeah, but who would say he couldn't have gotten better at as that Cavs piece? Like, if Kevin Love was the second best player, we look at him differently. So, just for the sake of this, 40 and 20 Kevin Love, Minnesota Kevin Love. I'm taking that over that whole bench. None of the bigs on the bench I'm taking over Kevin Love. Bill and Beer is a conversation to be had. That's more debatable, but
Mhm. But at least Bill
that
Laimbeer is he a defensive guy too, though. So he
yeah.
know his role.
So with that, ain't no telling how I ain't gonna feel talking about I ain't no Clint Capella, and, well, you ain't Tim Duncan or Patrick Ewing either, brother, so you finna have
You
to figure
absolutely
something out.
ain't them. You absolutely not them.
So
So,
you better
go
figure
on.
something else out, brother.
He probably ain't gonna play. He ain't gonna I'm gonna keep it a bean. He probably ain't gonna play. 'Cause prime Al Horford was all-star in Atlanta.
Mhm.
Karl-Anthony Towns all-star now. DeAndre Ayton, you thought you went Clint Capella. You finna be Christian Laettner. You you finna be chilling.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah, man. I think I like the white guys to win this one. Cause then we like the big situation, Tim Duncan, Pat Ewing. Tim better than Kevin McHale, Pat Ewing, Bill Walton, obviously I didn't see much of Bill Walton. So you debate who you want to take in that matchup. But I feel like they can equal out. Let's say that. They can
mhm,
cancel each other out. But then we get to talking about, okay, we got Jerry West or John Stockton, whoever you want to start at the one. I don't think the Islanders ain't got nobody for Bird. That's the real issue. Because the best defender they got is Rajah Bell. And Rajah Bell can play defense, but is we finna put him on Larry Bird? Bird cooking him. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah,
And then we still got Chris Mullin sniper, Mark Price sniper, Kevin Love gonna give you whatever you need. He can get you 30 and 15. You know what I'm saying? Back in them days, John Havlicek could shoot it. It's gonna be tough. So I think based off that, because the Islanders don't have no Bird on the wing. They for sure ain't got no John Stockton point guard play between VJ Escombe, Buddy Hield, Rajah Bell, JJ Barea, Jose Alvarado. You
mhm.
for sure ain't got that. So because of those things, the guard play in the wing, especially Larry Bird, I'm gonna go ahead and take the whites in this one. And I think I'm gonna take them in probably six.
6. You kind to me, I'm giving a 5.
You know, that's all right.
I think
That's
Duncan
okay.
wills them to a win, but you don't have an answer for Bird, and I don't know who's better between Walton and West as your second best player. So, personally, I'll give the nod to West because we actually seen his career play out more, and I didn't see enough
Mhm.
of Walton. So let's just say Jerry West, your next best player. Who's answering for that? Nobody. Then you go Bill Walton. All right, Pat Ewing kind of cancels that out. Then you go Kevin McHale. Who's answering enough for him? You don't have an answer enough for him. So it's like there's too much depth, too much talent, and not enough answering on the other end for it to be a conversation. So that's why I'm going for me. They got a I don't see it being a sweep. I see Duncan at least willing one win out of there. Cause swinging back, "Oh, we got home court now, y'all playing on the islands now. Alright, cool. Y'all got y'all win.
Y'all
Alright."
playing in the islands.
So they
Uh,
might get a win, might even speak another win. It's like, all right, y'all won, y'all did, y'all handle business. Y'all supposed to win two at your house, y'all won two at your house. Y'all finna come back to uh the motherland, which is good old US of A, and now you got to figure out how to win against us again. So I don't see Bird or Jerry West allowing that to go too far. It's like, nah, getting them boys up out of here, send them home, because we're the white Americans. That's what we do. So I
Send
don't
them
I
home.
don't
Go back where you came from. Man, them fans will be talking greasy, boy.
oh boy, you talking never mind. I ain't gonna that route.
Oh,
So
boy.
yeah, I think white Americans actually in five. I know Tim Duncan ain't gonna let them get swept. So I see it going for like talent power of Duncan and Ewing. I don't see them getting swept, but I don't see them going seven at all. So I say five, you say six. The point is the white Americans will be moving on.
I'm with it, man. White Americans got them a win.
Ooh-wee. Now we got a fight on our hands, so we gotta deal with the 3rd seed versus the 6th seed. We gotta deal with the mixed
Mm.
team versus Team Africa, the Africans, the motherland.
The
Oh
motherland.
boy. Give me your thoughts,
Ali.
man.
Mumbai. Ali. Mumbai.
Wakanda forever.
Man, this is gonna be a tough. Cause in all honesty, we talked about it when we made the teams. The I almost said the Warriors because I was looking at Steph Curry. The mixed team, they got a solid star lineup, great star lineup. Cause we talked about it, it's probably gonna be. Did you probably start J Kidd and Steph, or do you start Steph and Clay?
We said Steph, Clay, Tatum, Blake Griffin, Joakim Noah.
Yeah, okay. So Steph, Clay, Tatum, that's a crazy start. Like that's a crazy three. Steph, Clay, Jason Tatum, then Blake Griffin and Joakim Noah.
Mhm,
That lineup crazy. No yeah, that lineup crazy. Then coming off the bench, you got J Kidd gonna run the show with D Book, who gonna get a bucket, obviously. Then you go MPJ, Kuz, Aaron Gordon, who is undersized, obviously, with Kuz and Aaron Gordon, but still. That's a solid team. That's probably like the best all around team we've mentioned so far.
mhm,
Talking about going position by position at least. Then you look at the Africans, and they just what Africans are producing, and that is bigs. The Africans ain't producing nothing but bigs. So guard wise, we know they struggling. We talked about it when we built the team. We got Joshua Kogi, we got Emmanuel Mudiay, who no longer in the NBA. We got Jonathan Kaminga, who's just now getting to show what he can do in Atlanta now after being traded. And then you got Luol Deng on the wing. And those are not bad players. Mario Mudiay, you could say what you want because he was a high draft pick at one point in time. You know, he didn't
mhm,
pan out, whatever. But then outside of that, we got Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the best centers of all time, one of the best players of all time, the best two-way player of all time. Then you got Joel Embiid, obviously an MVP. Obviously, we speaking from a healthy standpoint. We know what he is for a whole season. But if we give my boy a healthy playoff run, who knows what he could do? Pascal Siakam has been a playoff riser in his career so far. Got Dikembe Mutombo, another one of the greatest shot blockers of all time, right next to Hakeem Olajuwon. And then you got Bobo, who's just gonna come in and be Bobo, but he's still tall, he's still long, like he gonna take up space. What can you say?
mhm.
So I think it's hard because it's like Steph Clay and Jason Tatum could gonna will them to some wins because they ain't really got nobody who gonna just lock up Steph and Clay and Jason Tatum because they gonna shoot threes. Jason Tatum gonna hit that little step back. Like, Steph and Clay running off screens. So now we
Mhm.
talking about we killing Emmanuel Mudiay, Josh Okogie, and Jonathan Kuminga because they chasing people over screens all day. But it ain't gonna be no layups. It won't be no layup.
Nah.
Woo! It
Like,
won't
all
be
the talk
done.
that I had of defense for the others, and I said the others probably have a top 3 defense, this is the other top 3 defense. Cause
It's number one.
for real, like,
Uh,
honestly, depending on who we have for the Black Americans, they could probably put up a good fight, probably.
mm,
Cause I think the guard defense will be better than the Africans' guard defense. But you talking about 5 man, that's locked down. Then the backup 5 man, who is arguably another top 5 defensive big all time, Embiid, like prime Embiid, healthy, all that good stuff. Top 10, maybe. That's another conversation. But then you follow it up with Ibaka and you follow it with Bobo. That's tough. That's a tough one. So 1 or 2, well, just for the sake of moving on, 1 or 2 defense in this tournament. So I really don't know, man. Because the old conversation would have been like, "Oh, you can't win a playoff series off of shooting." Brother, he won 4 rings off of shooting. So I don't want none of that. So okay, what do you think ends up being the deciding factor in this series?
Rebounding. I think the Africans grab every board. The mixed team gonna get 5 offensive rebounds a game, while the Africans get 12, 15, 16. They gonna get so many offensive rebounds because number one, they already ain't shooting a whole lot of threes.
Mhm.
Because Joshua Kogi, Jonathan Kuminga, they don't want shooting threes like that. Luol Deng can shoot three. Siakam can shoot threes. Ibaka gonna take a spot up on the corner here and there. Joel Embiid gonna decide when he want to shoot. You know what I mean? Bowl gonna decide when he want to shoot. Mayo Booty ain't no shooter like that. But for the most part, them shots coming in the paint between Embiid, Hakeem, uh, guys getting down here, Matumbo. They want to get down here. They want to get the ball in the post. They want to get the ball in the paint. And if they miss, another big on the other side is gonna get that rebound. Because now
Yeah.
you talking about Blake Griffin and Jakeem Noah who are decent size, but if we talking about starters for the Africans, we probably starting Joel and Hakeem, just being real. So now you talking about Blake Griffin guard Joel and B more than likely, and Jakeem Noah guard Hakeem Elijah. So we already beat. Then Pascal Siakam probably starting at 3. I don't know how you want to do it. Hey, you can slice it however you want to, but I'd probably say Pascal Siakam started at 3. He also like 6'9", super long, lanky. He gonna get you some rebounds. And we got to put Jason Tatum on him, which Jason Tatum is a good matchup. That's fine, but it's still gonna be a rebound battle. And then you
I think
come back.
that's the only
Don't let you
matchup.
take Joakim Noah out the game. You putting Aaron Gordon in on Dikembe Mutombo. As
Yeah.
they gonna get a lot of rebounds.
I think this is the worst matchup, I think, for the mixed team to have maybe, because
Yeah.
as as ugly as the backcourt is for Team Africa, I think the power of the bigs, the key difference between Team Africa and the others is the diversity of their bigs. Like, does Africa have a
Mhm.
lot of shooting? No. They're probably a worse shooting team than the others team. But the valuable piece that the Team Africa has is the versatility of the bigs. The fact that their 5 between Embiid and Dream can stretch the floor too. Siakam can stretch out. Uh, then you have Kuminga, Moody. Like, they're not going to be clogging the paint as much as you would with the others. So you can't just double team and think you're going to get away with it. You double team and Dream with Embiid over there. Double team and Embiid with Dream over there. You double teaming one of the others and Siakam over there. You can't just play that game with them. So double get out their hands, but you have to rotate and fly around. So defense, edge, Africa, shooting is mixed team, but we've seen time and time again you have an off game. Now, do I see a game where Curry, Clay, Tatum, and Booker are missing? 4 players missing? One of them games you miss, it's a wrap. You talking about a blowout at that point. So, yes, Tatum get to the mid-range, Curry can score other ways, Booker score other ways, but best believe the rebounding battle is won by Team Africa. So I think off of that strength of that, I say Team Africa in 6. I think they win in 6.
Part of me wanna go 7, but also I would say Team Africa wins too, because now we really saying Steph and Clay and Jason Tatum, I'm gonna throw him in there too. They got to make threes, and
Mhm,
we know Steph and Clay, they gonna make enough to win some games, but now it's like, we ain't really got no other choices. Like, D Book gonna come in and get a bucket, but it's like, if we not making jump shot the whole game gonna be predicated around, are we making jump shots for them?
mhm,
Because 'Cause we're not getting a whole lot of old boards for second chance opportunities, and we're not getting a whole lot of points in the paint with Hakeem Olajuwon, Joel Embiid, or Dikembe Mutombo and BeBall down there. We're not getting a whole lot of points in the paint. So now it's like, are we gonna make enough jump shots to win?
yeah,
Then on the other end, do we even got the personnel to stop them? Because at any given time, if Joakim Noah ain't in the game, it's a mismatch.
for sure.
Honestly, it's still a mismatch because you could probably put Blake Griffin on Joel Embiid. I would call that a mismatch. All due respect to Blake Griffin, but I want to see Joel Embiid get Wemby 70. And granted, Wemby was a rookie, but he was 7'6". You don't just do that to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
So,
too, I hope people are grasping who we're talking about when we say Joel Embiid, because Joel ain't been Joel in about a
oh,
season.
wow.
So, we talking about 70 point Joel Embiid, MVP Joel Embiid, like, arguably
MVP.
DPOY Joel we talking about that person. So, Hakeem Olajuwon and Hakeem Olajuwon 2.0, 2026 version are on the same team. I don't see that matchup losing to a Blake Griffin, Joakim Noah, Eric Gordon, Kuz matchup. I don't see that happening. Like, show me where Blake Griffin can, for 7-game series, defend either one of them, and I'll think about changing my answer. Joakim Noah can probably give you a good half of guarding one of them, a half of one game. But Dream is like, "Oh, I can get to this move. Go swing my other move, and I'm scoring 70." And be like, hey, man, this game you take down low, and I'll take up top. I'll just be shooting the game. I'll be Dirk this game. You be Embiid, or you be Shaq. You be this. Oh, all right, cool. I don't see them having enough to match that. So I think Curry's still gonna be Curry. Kid's gonna have some great performances. Okay, this another thing too. Are we gonna cheat and put like because prime J Kid cannot shoot. Older J Kid could shoot. So are we cheating and put like the shooting of old J Kid in prime J Kid? Or are we taking like genuinely prime J Kid?
I'll take the prime. Take his best years. However he played, take his best year. That's his prime.
So I think the best lineup to have for him out there for the sake of shooting and playmaking and everything, Kid at the 1, Curry at the 2. Shoot, I really don't care between Clay, Book, and Tatum. Like, pick the 3, I don't care. And then, so I don't know. For the sake of just having a name down here, so we go Kid at the 1, Curry at the 2. Let's go Book 3, Tatum 4, and shoot, Joakim Noah at the 5. Like, really great lineup. Like, you look at it, oh man, it's a great team. You're losing shooting because Kid's not that great of a shooter. I think in
but he's
him
a great
terms
playmaker.
that's what I say. I think in him in terms of like you still can't just slouch off of him because the IQ is so high. He's gonna be a great playmaker. He's gonna figure stuff out. With the shooting you're gonna have around him between Curry, Clay, Book, Tatum, and then shoot throw Michael Porter Jr. in there too. It's a lot of floor space for him to get around and maneuver. How Ben Simmons didn't have. So like it ain't like you surrounding him with great shooters like this. You put Ben Simmons on this team, that's scary. Like that makes team looking real scary. So I just don't see them having enough to really counter the versatility that you get in for the height and length that you get in with Team Africa. So great as much as I love Team Others, it's like you have 1 and 2 dimension bigs and length versus Team Africa, where they have the the length, they have the shooting, they can guard. Like I can see Siakam being 6'10" and sitting down on a clay and chasing around the screens. And then you have Dang. Don't forget about Luol Dang. He's sitting there like, hey, I'm scoring 0 points this game. I got Tatum. All right, cool. I'll leave it there. And B go off for 40. I don't care. Luol Dang gonna end up averaging 2 points per game off of strength of fast breaks and putbacks and stuff. But as far as like running the offense, man, for what? You got 2 MVPs down there. Don't give me the ball. Like, I don't need that. So Luol Deng locking up on defense. Kamiga commit to his role. He can be a great defender. And Moutier was solid. Okogie is a great defender too. So all that screen running around you doing, we have bodies for that. Like Moutier should be able to do that. Okogie will be able to. Kaminga, Dang, Siakam, they can do all that screen running around with the Splash Brothers and stuff.
Mhm.
I think what could be an issue is the foul trouble of that. Then you have to roll out like some crazy lineup of Dang at the one. Like, it's ugly, but it's doable. So, yeah, I think I got Team Africa in 6, man. And that's I think I feel I don't know. It's a tough one.
It's an ugly matchup, but it would be fun to watch, honestly.
Oh, yeah, this would be a beautiful matchup.
But I agree with you, man. I think I'm also taking Team Africa in 6. I think the paint presence and the guaranteed points in the paint and the plus the rebound and size difference, that's gonna carry them to win the series. And I don't think Steph, Clay, JT gonna make enough shots. Devin Booker too. I don't want to disrespect D Book. I don't think they're gonna make enough jump shots to win 4 games against this team, especially without any old boards for real. Without a lot of old boards, I should say, and second chance opportunities. No paint points for real. For real, it's gonna be tough. So yeah, I'm taking Africa in 6 as well.
Quickly, what way could the mixed team get a win? Like, how could they win this series?
Steph and Clay get you 30 on
I
some
don't think that's enough.
vintage. I mean, they might be, but if Steph and Clay can be vintage Steph and Clay, pour in about 30 points apiece, still give you 30 to 35, and Clay get you 27 to 30, whatever you want to say. Jason Tatum gonna have to pitch in some, and then D Book gonna have to come in off the bench and give you a spark. And all of that on offense still might not be enough. If Jaquino and Joel and Blake Griffin can't hold their own for, or at least contain Joel Embiid and Hakeem Olajuwon. Because they're gonna do what they do. They're gonna touch the ball. They're gonna score the ball. But they gotta just keep them from killing them. That's basically what we ask. Hey, don't let them get 35, 40. Because if both of these guys killing us in the paint for 30 points apiece, 40 or whatever, and offsetting what Steph and Clay do, it's gonna be tough. Then we already gonna have to take Jakeem out and go Aaron Gordon or Blake Griffin at the 5, whatever. Kuz got to go in. Any point in time with Kuz in the game, they it's gonna be a negative. Plus minus gonna be bad for Kuz. Because when Kuz go in, they posting him. Just be real. Because you're talking about going from Embiid, Hakeem to Matumbo and I
Ibaka and
mean it could
Bobo.
be Bobo, but you still got Serge Ibaka. I like Serge Ibaka to post up Kuz. For real. It's just gonna be tough either way. And don't let Kuminga in it or one of them boys get any kind of confidence, start making shots. You gonna lose for sure.
Yeah.
So
I just and then Embiid, he's gonna be smart about like let me let Noah guard me. Let's switch whatever we gotta do. Let's big to big, screen, make them switch that to where I get him in foul trouble and get him out of there. That's
he will
Embiid's gonna
foul bait.
he's gonna get that game plan in. Um, not to say Dream can't do it, but Embiid will be intentional about I'm going to get you out the game. Like we're going to make sure that you're able to sit on this bench and watch this butt kicking front row. And so
Yeah, that's gonna be important too. Because one of them getting
yeah,
foul trouble is gonna be a long night.
you got to sit one of them. You have to. So at some point, you're going to be mismatched. And at that point, we're just attacking it. And okay, you sit down, Dream or Embiid. Whoever's coming in is still not a slouch. Like Matumbo is the worst offensive big you have of this group, maybe. But he's still not terrible. He still can get you like 14. And so dealing with that, and then on the other hand, whatever he's lacking in terms of offense, he's more than making up for in defense. So all right, I'm not scoring 20, but you not scoring 20. You might even score 15. So and with this lineup, you might not score 10. Which one of y'all finna score on me? Joel Embiid. I mean not Joel Embiid, Matumbo. Blake, you're not finna go off. Joakim Noah never got off like that. Aaron Gordon's not finna go off like that. So whatever your average is, expect that to go down to half. So I just don't see how the mixed team has enough firepower. Like I don't even think the mid range should be that available either. Like that's the scary part about this. Like
They
as
contesting
much
for
as I
sure.
yeah, as much as I love seeing Tatum and Clay and Book and Michael Porter in that mid post, in that mid range, I don't see that being open either. Like you're gonna get a couple of them off the sake of you went on the screen and you got an ISO. All right, cool. But are you gonna win 7 games of that? You might win 2 games off of three-point shooting. I'll give you that because between Steph, Clay, Book, Tatum, Michael Porter Jr., y'all can hit enough threes to win in 2 games. I'll give you that. Where the next 2 wins coming from? Maybe a mid-range game where y'all just getting that through, but I don't see that happening for 4 games against this team. Because you gotta think, Steph gonna miss one. What happens with the Warriors is Steph or Clay miss that first one. You get the offensive rebound, they relocate, and hit that second one. Is that happening a lot this game? No. So that's what's messing them up. Like, yeah, if this was the Islanders or Canadians, different matchup, different conversation. But you're not getting that rebound to get that second chance opportunity to happen. So because of that, like you said, rebounding is probably the thing that's gonna make this series be so ugly. Because you miss that one, and it gets to a point where like that pressure builds up. Like, I gotta hit this one. Because if I don't, we might not get it back. Oh, we all trust the bigs. The bigs in foul trouble. Your next tallest guy is 6'8". What he finna do against 2'7" guys? Another 7 footer. He's 7'1". What's Bobo? He's 7'3", 7'4", whatever he is. So it is an ugly matchup, man. Like I think the mixed team against some other matchup would be a lot different, and we'll talk about them more competitively. But it's just a terrible matchup. It's a good matchup to see, but at the end of the day, it's just a poor matchup for them. So is that our first upset that we have here?
Yeah, because the Africans are the 6th seed. They are indeed the first upset and beat the mixed
Well,
race
technically, Eastern Euros upset Western Euros, but they were what 4 and 5
4-5.
or 3 and 4? Yeah, 4 or 5. So if you want to call it an upset, sure. But the genuine upset is Team Africa, man.
Shout out to the motherland. Ooh.
All right. So we had back to the top of the bracket. Now we have Black Americans versus Eastern Europeans.
Well, the Eastern Euros had a good run.
I'm gonna say it's fun while it lasts.
That wing
Man,
play ain't gonna get them through against these boys. Cause now who finna guard Mike? Forget guarding Shaq and Kareem this time. Who finna guard Mike and Bron?
and KD.
Draw and KD and Kobe off the bench. So now you talk about like Luca. First off, Luca getting cooked. We already know Luca ain't playing no D. Sure, yeah, Jokic don't play no D for real. But at least these are bigs that's trying to post up on Jokic, and he could probably handle that a lot better than if we put him in pick and rolls and stuff. But we still gonna put him in some pick and rolls. But Shaq and
Mhm.
Kareem want to post up. But now you talking about Bogdanovich and whoever Draza Petrovic finna have to guard Jordan and LeBron. It is not looking good.
It's a
Then come off the bench, what you
long.
got? It'll be a long night. Then coming off the bench, what you got? Peja Stojakovic finna guard KD.
And this thing I keep going back to in my brain. Like, if you went to the third option of this team, you talking about a Kawhi Leonard, you talking about a Scottie Pippen, you talking about who you had it before? I know you had KG. Who was the backup
Karl
for
Malone.
Karl Malone? So you talking about Charles Barkley coming in next. It's
Yep.
like,
We could go 3 deep.
so if you want to go 3 deep with this team, which is honestly maybe the only team that we could genuinely go 3 deep on, like,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
because
We
we were
struggled to
struggling with
make
all
the
these other
team for the
teams.
other guys.
Yeah. Like, every other team was a struggle to figure out the players. The white Americans had some guys too. It was still kind of a, certain positions were kinda struggle than others, but the fact that we
I
can go
mean, for
3
the white
deep.
Americans, we coulda went more modern, and it would have been
Mhm.
different, but these are considered probably the best white Americans, so part
Yeah.
of it.
So if you went even if you went more modern and you wanted to, like, be respectful and throw in a Coop and, Chet Holmgren, it's like, cool, but now you're trying to, like, project out of how good they can be, and you're still talking about, "I know Kevin Love can give me 30 and 15. I know this. I've seen this
And
man
we
go off
seen
of
it.
this." So there's no question about him performing in this moment versus I've never seen Cooper in the playoff game. Is he gonna be more talented? Probably. We don't know, but we're projecting this. Versus I know Kevin Love. I've seen Bill Laimbeer lock up bigs. Not well, I ain't seen it, but there's proof to it. Bill
There's proof
Walton
in the
has
pudding.
proof of being this great. The champion, MVP, we've seen his greatness. So I just don't see how the Eastern Europeans match up because, like, as good as the Western Europeans defense arguably could have been, you're now finna deal once again the top 2 defensive team in this tournament. Let's say in some kind of world of this matchup going on, Luka still like Luka could probably get his to some extent. But if Jordan's like, Luka who? I don't know how Luka fares. I don't see him having a Luka Doncic series. Because if we run for the best defensive lineup for the Black Americans, you talking about Jordan, Kawhi Leonard, Scottie Pippen, LeBron. Those are 4 right there. We're rotating around. It's like, hey, your turn, your turn, your turn, and just keep going back and forth. And it's back to back. So everybody's 6'6" and up to match up with him. And you're talking about because we did our defensive series, like we're talking about all the guys who were top 3 at their spot of being great. Like Jordan ended up being the second greatest guard defensively. Pippen was number 1. Kawhi was maybe top 5, I think. Pippen, Pippen and Jordan know how to play together defensively. So it's like, look at who. Shut all that down. Then you talking about on the Jokic end of things, you gotta deal with Shaq. Oh, you gotta deal with Kareem. Oh, you gotta deal with Wilt. That's not an easy matchup.
And quiet as kept, Joel Embiid used to be killing Jokic. Remember that was a thing that Embiid
Oh
never
yeah.
played in Denver, but every
Yeah.
time Jokic came to Philly, Embiid was killing Jokic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Shaq probably finna kill him. Just a hunch.
And shoot, KG, I'm probably finna sit KG on Yoke because he can go out there with him. So, all right, you gonna go outside?
Facts.
I'm right here with you, brother. We gonna funnel you if best we can, funnel you down to Shaq, and we finna hit you with the boom boom. Oh, you down low? Hey, Shaq, we switching off of that, and I'll go guard Sabonis or Porzingis. All right, cool. So if that's the way you want to roll, I don't see this team getting very far. So it's just a tough matchup because the depth of what we have going on. Oh, this person got in foul trouble. So next up, oh, he's not having a good game. Cool, you worry about him next game. Kobe, go off and do your thing. Oh, he not having a good game. Jordan, there's no way all these guys don't have a great enough game. If some magical potion got into their Gatorade and all had a bad offensive game, you're still not finna match up with their defense. So I just don't see any way that this game or this series goes past 5. I think some kind of way Luka and Yoke can probably squeeze you out a good game and they win one, but that's it. I yeah, it's not going past 5. It may be 5. That's me being very generous,
Yeah,
but
for that's being generous.
very generous.
Man, shout out to the Eastern Europeans, man. Y'all had a good run. Beat the Western. I ain't gonna lie, that probably be more of a big deal to them anyway. Beat the
Hell
Western
yeah.
Europeans. Showed them.
Like, yeah, man. Hey, if I'm the coach, bro, I'll probably never say this to the team, but that Euro matchup is our Super Bowl. If we won that game, we did what matters.
That's gonna mean the
Like,
most to them.
yeah.
Well, I tell you that matchup will probably get chippy. It'll start looking like the Olympics. It's all in on this one.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's Euro Cup energy. That's the real Olympics energy. Cause that's like, we ain't finna let y'all home country talk about our home country. Like, our family got left with this
Mhm.
one. We ain't finna let that
Mhm.
happen. This is bloodline on the line right here versus
It's gonna mean a lot.
yeah, versus all this other stuff. It's like, all right, cool. But the Euros, nah. I'm finna hop on this train, a 15-minute ride over here. I gotta hear, "Oh, we beat y'all." I'm not hearing that, bro. Nah, we beat y'all. So it's different. It's different with that one. So that was a Super Bowl. I feel like if I'm the GM or if I'm the owner, whatever, it's like, hey, in this tournament, however it shakes up, we better beat them Euros. That's the message being drilled. We better beat the
Right
Euro
before
team.
that series started, they were like, "Hey, we not losing this. We not losing this one. Forget the championship. We ain't losing this. This
You know what I'm saying?
series
This is
right
our
here."
championship. Hey, you will coach for my team for next year. You know how it is in college, man. It's like, hey, you can lose. Don't lose to that rival. That's not happening. If Alabama,
Does
if
not happen.
Alabama lose to Auburn, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
You on the chopping block.
We coming for your head, boy. There's talks for Michigan and Ohio State. Hey, bro, you can lose. We ain't lose to that rival. Same Michigan, Michigan
But
State, USC, UCLA. It's not happening, brother. We ain't allowing that.
buddy from Ohio State won the Natty, but they lost to Michigan 4 times in a row, 4 years in a row. They was like, "Should we fire Buddy? We might need to get him up out of here." This man won the Natty. They was like, "Nah, nah."
Hey, man, that's the funny thing
It just
about
don't
these
sit right.
rivalries, bro. It's like the order of keeping your job. The first and foremost thing you would think would be in like Natty, get the ring. No, no, no.
Get the
Beat the
ring.
rival. Beat the rival. If we lose to the rival, me and you finna we have a conversation in my office. Then the ring is beat the rival. You got to win that matchup and get the ring. Like it's cute to say, oh, we're trying to win championship here. It's conference championships, national championships. All right, cool. No, 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 no. Beat the rival. You can lose your job over not being the rival. We'll lose one game here and there. Alabama's done that with Auburn. But in
Mhm.
the 5-year span, we need to have 4 of them things. At minimum 3, but we prefer 4. Really prefer
You can
5, but
drop one.
yeah, you can drop 1. 2-1, we finna have a hey, you good, right? Oh, okay, championship ring made up for it. Alright, we good. The conference ring made up for it. Alright, we cool. But,
We
man,
start losing more than we winning.
hey, man. Hey,
Get him out of here.
listen.
Get him
So
out of
that
here.
that's That's the European conversation going on here. Hey, man, we love to win a tournament. We would love to, but let's be real. If we lose some Europeans, I know something. I, if East lose to West or West, hey, man, uh, coach, close the door behind you. It's one of them conversations. Like that's it.
Close door behind. Ain't looking good,
Oh
boy.
man. So yeah, man. So the next semifinals matchup, let's go. Ooh, white Americans versus the Africans. Okay.
Brother,
Ooh.
Imma tell you straight up, the motherland is winning. The motherland is winning because Bird and Mullins and Price, as great as they can shoot the ball, I don't think they making enough shots to offset how bad Embiid and Mutombo not Mutombo, but and with Mutombo too, but Olajuwon is about to do Bill Wall and Kevin McHale.
Mhm.
Finna do them greasy, boy. Elbow on top of their head, excuse me. Layup, dunk. Dream gon' hee hee. he he gon' dream shake them to death, dog. I the white Americans just ain't got the size and athleticism to compete with this one. In my I mean that genuine as possible. As great as a team they are, they got this far.
Mhm.
They not offsetting that for them Africans.
I'm trying to like not get too caught up because I think like I want to show a lot of respect to Bird and West
Yeah.
because I feel like I just see a world where they win you a game comfortably. I feel very confident saying 5. I feel confident saying 6, honestly. If it goes 7, I don't see that faring well, honestly. 'Cause I just don't see how once again, Embiid's getting somebody in foul trouble, so count out one of your bigs. I think I will say this, the Whites have better scoring for the bigs. Like, when you get to the bench, I like Kevin Love over their bench bigs. Like, Kevin Love
Over
is
Siakam and
probably
Mutombo.
yeah. So, once you get past Dream and Embiid, a debate on how you want to score, but it's between Kevin McHale and Kevin Love of the next scoring big. Because Kevin Love can go inside and out. Now, Kevin McHale probably had a better low post game, but that's what I say. It depends on how you want to qualify the better scorer. So, not to get too nitty gritty in that, one of them are going to be a third and fourth. So, you're looking at Embiid and Dream being one or two of your best scorers, then both Kevins being your next best scoring bigs, then maybe Walton, then Serge Ibaka, then Bill Laimbeer and Mutombo duking out for last. So I think the white Americans have better scoring bigs overall, which will help.
Mm.
But once again, you have to actually score against this team. I don't know how you're doing that consistently. Or I mean, my move finally got past them. Help side. No, you don't have it. I'm always
You
itching.
don't.
I'm just itching to move over. Like I wish if you find a way to get past Dream, I'm over here on
I
help
can't
side.
wait to play help defense.
I'm man, they probably like, "Hey, man, go ahead and slide a couple in. I wanna get some blocks in this game." "Oh, I got you, bro." Smooth. Get your little spin move off. Here I come. Splackle. Get that out of here. So, I just don't see enough of that happening, man. Like, I do think they have a I think the Whites have a better balance, uh, scoring in terms of their guards and wings, because all of them have 3 and mid-range and some level of finishing, versus the mixed team is a lot more three-point heavy. And so because Kidd's not a shooter, but Mark Price, Stockton, West, like, they have a better scoring guards and wing play overall. Now, if we're ranking them, different conversation, but I'm talking about overall collective as a group, the mixed team is a little bit the white team is a little bit better. So I give them a lightly more favorable shot. So I see it going 6. I think it goes 6 for sure.
I give him 5. 'Cause this the thing. This the only difference maker for the white guys. They gotta make shots. They gotta make
Mhm,
threes. So, I think your best bet probably go Jerry West, uh, probably had to go Chris Mullins, Larry Bird, Kevin Love, and then
mhm.
Bill Wall. 'Cause K Love can spread the floor, obviously. And you want as much shooting as possible with these bigs that's gonna be able to block shots and protect the rim. You want as much spacing as possible. But then you got K Love on Joel Embiid or Hakeem Olajuwon on the other side, and it ain't looking great. But I would
Mhm.
say the same thing about Kevin McHale too, still, honestly. But at least K Love can shoot on the other end. But he still gotta play defense.
Yep.
So then you got that problem. Then after that, it's like we gotta keep a combination of Mark Price, Chris Mullin, Jerry West, and Larry Bird on the floor. Because they don't want to shoot. John Stockton not a great shooter. John Havlicek can shoot a little bit. Chris Mullin,
We
Mark
can
Price, they
Havlicek
like
not on the
snipers.
team. We took,
Dang, I keep forgot
Rick
about that.
Barry.
Yeah, I meant to replace him with Rick Barry. Rick Barry ain't shooting like that neither though. He can shoot, but
I'll say Barry was a shooter though.
it's a different time, so maybe you know,
But
but
I'm that's the thing that kinda messed me up too. I'm trying to be fair and give them the modern day version of what they would look like in this thing. Like, as best as
yeah,
I
if
can
you told Larry
visualize of what
Bird,
that would
we
be.
want you to get 8 threes a game, you know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
what was Bird shooting? Like threes, why? Probably 5, 4, 5. If you up that to
Maybe.
like 9, yeah. Because today, if he played today, he was gonna be getting up like 9 threes a game the way he could shoot. He'd be getting up like what KD get up.
Yeah. Like KD or
So
Tatum or whatever.
yeah, he would get up day shots. So it would be different for him. I say it's like that with Chris Mullins and them because they
Mhm.
snipers, but this ain't the game. That ain't the game plan. They just we use their ability to shoot to our advantage, but we don't play around it. Now we got to play around. It's like, hey, we need y'all to get up threes. Chris
Yeah.
Mullin not beating none of these Africans off the dribble. Mark Price neither. Jerry West neither. Y'all not beating these boys straight up one-on-one isolation. We got to move the ball. We got to play the right way. We got set screens, get guys open. All the fundamental things. That's the only way.
Mhm.
And with all that being said, the Africans winning in 5 because that's only gonna win them one, in my opinion. Because no matter what lineup you put out there, they're gonna have that mismatch in the paint.
Yeah. I think I give the Whites a better shot. I think if this was a real thing, I give them a better shot because they have a more diverse scoring options. I think the bigs are the biggest factor in this because you look at the bench and it's like, oh, they actually have bigs on their team and they can actually be sufficient and give you something. And then you look at the guards, it's a more scoring balance of what you can get from them. So,
But B, let me share something with you. As a guy still playing in the game and whatnot, the NBA obviously is different, and we don't really look to post up too much nowadays in the NBA. But boy, let me tell you, you're gonna see it in the playoffs. Why?
mhm,
Because the game slows down. We want to slow the game down. These possessions matter a little more, all that good stuff. And one thing that I can guarantee you will break your game as a defensive scheme is if a big or not even a big, if a guard can walk to the block, post up his matchup and score the ball consistently. If
Mhm.
you got a guy doing that, throw everything you wrote down out the window. Because there is no remedy for that. It's
Mhm.
like if this guy can just get to the block, hold his hand up, they throw it to him and score the ball, everything you said on your defensive schemes, you might well throw it out. Because until we can stop that, we ain't gonna win. Because they gonna keep doing it. They're gonna
Yep.
keep doing it. That's why Shaq was so successful. Because if I can just get Shaq on the block and throw it to him right here, and that's 2 points, we're gonna keep doing it. Oh well, we just ain't gonna let him catch the ball. Yeah, screen away for Shaq. Set a back screen for Shaq so he can get to the block. Because we're gonna give it to him. You're
Mhm.
never gonna stop them from touching the ball if they really want to get it to him. You can't. Same way you ain't gonna stop Steph Curry from breaking the ball up the floor. You just not. He gonna bring the ball up the floor. Now you can double him, same way you could double Shaq. But when you double people, that means somebody open. So as long as we can play out of that, and if they make shots, that's just the game.
Yeah.
That's just the game. That's how serious it is when a guy can post up and score consistently. But see, the NBA don't do that so much no more because threes is more than two. So if we doing that so consistently and they making threes consistently, we probably still gonna lose, which is true. It's very true. But if they can do that every single time and you're not making threes consistently, that's just your game.
Mhm.
Chalk it up. It's a bad matchup. We can't do nothing with Embiid. We can't do nothing with Mutombo. We can't do nothing with Hakeem, whatever. We can't do nothing with Shaq. Because whoever win finna go play the African, the Black Americans. And now we finna be saying the same thing about Shaq and Kareem. Can they do something with them? Because at the end of
Mhm.
the day, that's why bigs are some of the best players of all time in the NBA, in NBA history. You got Kareems, you got Shaqs, you got Wilt Chamberlains, you got Bill Russells, you got Hakeems. Guys like that are the best players of all time because at the end of the day, in the game of basketball, if I could just throw it to you close to the rim, and that's probably going to be 2 points 75% of the time, we're just going to keep doing that. We're just going to keep doing that. That's just what it is. Steph and Clay changed the game because they was making so many shots that tools was not adding up to that. That's why the game changed. Because Steph and Clay, two people that we say Steph changed the game, but Clay definitely played his role because now we got two people that might make 10 threes. And we not going to make enough twos to offset because 10 threes is 30 points. Between the two of them, they probably make 15, 16 threes. And that's quick math, 48 points. You got to make 24 twos to equal them 16 threes. That's what people's mean with three more than two. That's what people mean. Because if we make 12 threes, that's 36 points. And that means you would have had to make 18 twos. That's six more possessions that you had to have got. So now we got to create turnovers. We got to do some to make up for
Mhm.
six more shots if we ain't making the threes. That's just, I know that probably, it sounds like common sense, but people don't think of it that way. Because back in the day, they weren't making that. Nobody was doing that. So when Shaq caught the ball and turned around and dunked it, it was like, we got to get two. There was no offsetting Shaq dunking the ball with making more threes.
Mhm.
You kind of just had to hope other people wasn't scoring or, he kick out, they miss, whatever. Because we going to have to double Shaq. Because if we don't, every time he catch the ball on that block, it was 75, 80% of the time he scored. It's just part of the game, man. It's basketball. That's why height's such a premium. So if
Mhm.
we got Joel and Hakeem on two blocks, and every time down, Kevin Love, who is 6'9", whatever you want, like he probably like 6'9", he guarding one of these 7-foot, amazing footwork, 275 pound animals on the block. It's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long night. Now we doubling. We already got white guys. They ain't rotating very fast. Just be real. They not gonna rotate super fast. Now we swinging it with Jonathan Kaminga, and he can make a three. Now we just praying Jonathan Kaminga don't make a three. It's like we gotta leave Emmanuel Mudiay open every single play. We are living and dying with Emmanuel Mudiay taking every shot. Whoever guard Emmanuel Mudiay, go double shack. We don't care where you standing at. We don't care where he is on the court. Emmanuel Mudiay could be under the basket, butt naked, wide open. Go double shack. We not dealing with it. We not dealing with it. So yeah, man. I say all that to say I just don't believe they can stop it. I just don't
Oh,
believe it.
listen, I've agreed Africa's winning. I'm just saying I give them a better shot to get another win out than I did the mixed team. So
Okay.
yeah, listen, I'm not saying the argument isn't even 7. I'm saying I think they can squeak out another win and get to 6.
Get 2 yeah, get 2 wins.
Yeah, I think they can squeak in. I think they have enough to get a win in, but then just off the strength of how great they are, they could find a way to will another win in there. Like maybe some miracle game where the defense worked and they somehow Embiid wasn't hitting and Dream was, that happened. So all right, cool. You figure out to get another win in there. Like
Right.
you're so great that you win that first one, and they just happen to be bad enough for y'all to win that second one. That's what I'm saying. Now, once it gets done with that, all the fluke stuff got out the window. The way we won them first 3, how we gonna win this last one? The way I lost them first 3, how we gonna win that last one? Which is Dream and Embiid going to work. So, yeah, I got to know
True.
more than 6 just because of giving respect to how great they are, but Team Africa's winning. Like, there's no conversation about that. So,
Alright,
with
well,
all that being said, though, is there any chance that they win the game?
against the Black Americans,
Yep.
I
Mind
give
you,
them
you
a
got
game.
Shaq. You got Shaq because you in B versus Shaq would be a beautiful matchup.
Hakeem, we seen Hakeem versus Shaq.
Hey, that's why I ain't mentioned that one. I think Embiid versus Shaq is a good matchup to have, and you got KG versus Dream will be a good matchup to kind of flip that. So I don't want Shaq touching anywhere near Embiid. I mean Shaq touching I don't get everybody name wrong. I don't want Shaq near Dream because we seen how that had played. Like I don't see that changing. Um, so flipping it and putting Embiid on him, interesting matchup. I think Embiid takes him outside. But if we're taking Orlando Shack, now it's a different
He can
conversation.
move.
He can move son. So still tough matchup overall. But now this game really comes down to how bad does Jordan want to beat this team? How bad does Kobe want to beat this team? Like how much do
Well,
I
this
want
is
to like
for a theoretical championship, so now
well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, do I want to destroy y'all by 50 or like 70? Because none of y'all stopping him. Like that's not happening. And you got baby Jordan on the bench just itching to get in the game. And you like, I'm finna prove all y'all wrong and him wrong that he think he better than me. So, like, that's not finna happen. You got either LeBron, KD, Pip, Kawhi coming off, and whatever thought you finna have with Siakam or Dang, it's like, nah, that ain't happening again. KG just itching to prove somebody wrong on the other end, whether it's Serge Ibaka or Mutombo. It's like, nah, brother. Because KG was our second best defensive big. So it's like, all right, Dren was number 1. We got number 2 on our team. What you gonna do with that now? So I think they win the game. I think they can definitely win 1 game. I don't know if they win 2. I don't think they I don't think they have enough talent in the backcourt to get another game in. It's just too much.
yeah, because now you talking about Josh Okogie, or just I don't even want to say it. Okogie and Jonathan Kuminga finna have to guard Magic and Jordan. Luol Deng on LeBron, I mean, that's something. We seen that a little bit, I guess, back in the day, but that's tough. And now we talk see, this is the difference between these guys, 'cause people gonna be like, "Oh, why y'all ain't saying they ain't gonna score in the paint like the other guys?" Because the guys on this team can dunk the ball on Mike can drive and dunk the ball on a Hakeem or somebody. I ain't just saying Hakeem sweet, but, like, now we talking about guys dunking the ball. Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, KD even. They guys who can dunk the ball. Steph and Clay ain't doing that. The white guys obviously ain't doing that.
Mhm.
Now we got some guys, and then not even just that. They pull up for middies. The midi game solid, and like Okogie, Mudiay, and Kaminga, they not staying in front of these guys. So it's gonna be tough. And it's still gonna be paint presence and reputation, of course. But
Mhm.
these are guys that's attacking that rim,
I
especially.
think the biggest thing
Go ahead.
I think another big thing too is that we have a counter to what they have. So,
Mhm.
oh, we got Embiid and we got Dream, brother. We have Shaq and KG. No other team
It
has a
ain't
Shaq
sweet.
and KG. Like, yes, you have Jokic, but you have Jokic and Sabonis and Porzingis and Big Z. Like, if you want to go through every matchup, it's like, okay, you have Dirk and Giannis. It's not enough. You can throw Gasol.
Not
You can throw.
enough.
Let's throw Wemby and Giannis out there. It's not enough. It's cool, but it's not enough. You got Sabonis and Yoke. Cool, but not enough. Um, Duncan and Ewing would be a really good matchup. That would be a good matchup to see, but still not enough. You talking about the number 1 center versus Ewing is the top 10 to 15 center. It's not enough. I ain't finna mention anybody else because it's not even worth talking about. So no one has a Shaq and the KG and Kareem to counter that. So that's where the conversation really shifts. On top of that, who is guarding who on the other floor? We're rolling out Bron, KD, Jordan, Kobe. Who is stopping that? Thank you. Black Americans smacked them boys. So it just gets to a point where it's just too much on both ends, all over the floor, to really put a genuine strong matchup out there against them. It's just tough to see that happening. It's
Mhm.
just too much talent. The size is there to match up with them. We're not as tall because we don't have a Bobo on our side, but y'all don't have a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the bench that can do both ends of the floor. You don't have Kobe Bryant coming in as your wing play either. It's just too much. So if you move this team, this is a better conversation to have for a tournament. But it's just too much talent and depth on both ends of the floor and from every position. It's just like you're taking like a point 0.2 step down of talent, if that. That's if that. Like you can't really say that for real. So it's kind of played out how we thought it would. But it was fun to kind of get to this point though.
It was fun. It was a fun journey. Shout out to the Africans. I rooted for you the whole way. I was slightly
Yeah.
biased, but I was rooting for the Africans.
Yeah. But I think a really good, interesting matchup would have been the white Americans and the mixed team. That would have been a
That
fun
would have
team to
been.
see. That would have been really good because now you're talking about Stockton, West, Price, Chris Mullins, Bird, Rick Barry against Kidd, Curry, Clay, Book, Tatum. That's a
Kinda
fun
like new
matchup to
school
look
versus
at.
old school.
Yeah, that would have been real fun to look at and see going. I think the
Yeah.
whites still win off of the big play maybe, and the depth that they have. Like I don't think the mixing has enough depth to match up with them. So the whites would win that for sure off of that. Because shooting wise, you don't have as great a shooting, but you have enough to keep up with it. Like the white team have enough to keep up with him at least. Like you ain't just finna just blow me out the water with shooting. Like, all right, you got your 43s. We hitting 32. Like we're not that far behind, like 28. And then we
Mhm.
have enough mid range and low post scoring to also add with that too. So you won your game because you hit 53s. All right, cool. That's the Steph Curry effect. That's the Klay Thompson right there. But do you have enough of that over 7 games? And what's finna slow down, put the ball to Kevin McHale's hand and Bill Walton hand and Kevin Love hands. I don't see them being able to stop them. Like, Cool getting cooked. Blake Griffin can do a decent job. Joe Noah gonna have to guard Kevin McHale. Bill Walton cooking who's living next, and Kevin Love's cooking whoever off the bench. So that would have been a fun match to see, but I think White Americans would have done that too. Um, the matchups kind of look at you and be like, "Damn, it would have been crazy to see."
Uh, no, not really. I was more so interested in the West and the Eastern Europeans. I'm glad we did get that matchup.
Mhm.
It would've been kinda interesting to see the Africans versus the Islands because they got probably the next best bigs
Yeah.
overall, but the guard play, I think, would've messed them up because we posting up y'all guards too. We posting them up too,
Yeah.
y'all boys, I ain't gonna lie. So, but that would've been cool. I think the Africans still win it though, just 'cause top to bottom they better and bigger. Tim and Pat versus Hakeem and Joel would've been cool, but,
Mhm.
that's alright though, man. It worked out as it should have. All motherland championship.
Yeah. I think the Eastern Euros would have put up a good fight against the mixed team and the white American team. I would like to see them 3 kinda just duke it out in a three-way medley, I guess you can say.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that either. I'm saying, man, we
Shoot, the
gotta
Western Euros who was I
mm.
thinking? Western Euros versus Africa. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, that would also been interesting 'cause we was talking about they got too many bigs. This has been the game for them.
Yeah.
We can match up.
'Cause now it does make more sense to put one of them at the 3 because you kinda have to.
Mhm. Now we go Giannis at the 3. He guarding Lou all day. We can still go
Wemby.
Dirk and, Mark or Wemby. Yeah, Wemby would have been good, but unfortunately, like I said earlier, I've seen Embiid give Wemby 70, so that might not be the best play, but it'd be interesting for sure.
Yeah, man, so for those of you who follow along through this, it kinda played out how I assumed everybody think it'll go. If not, I wonder who people think would have won, who had a chance to upset, and who would have won if you took out the Black Americans overall. I think that would have been a different conversation too. We just completely removed them from the whole bracket and did 9 teams. Be interesting to see, like, how it would have played out. Because maybe a team like, the mixed team, maybe Team Canada goes a little bit further because that reshakes up how the, things going. So, it's just matchups, man. That's what makes it so tough. There's some tough matchups out there.
Yeah, I don't know. It was fun though. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed making the teams and discussing it. It was all fun, man. I gotta see I gotta see how this works out. Uh, I'm serious about putting this in 2K, man. I gotta see how this will work out just because I think it'll be fun. Just see how it goes.
Yeah, man. So, once you get that done, we'll try to clip it up and get a couple of the, readings of what it said and see how much it agrees with us or disagrees with us. So, I'd love to see what 2K says about this because some of it would be interesting to be like, yeah, the Africans lose because of X, Y, and Z, and this team ends up doing this and they won and whatever. So I still think Team Africa wins, bro. Like I don't see enough of, like you said, rebounding any of these teams and enough consistent shooting to upset them. But that's it, man. Tournament's coming to a close. We would like to officially announce the Black Americans as the winners. Uh, I don't have a gold medal to give them, but
Go give 'em
I
a
don't think they
medallion
need it.
that look like this.
Amen. It's a black medal. That's
Undercover
what they
brother.
want.
Undercover brother.
Yeah, man. But that's it, man. We are done with this Ultimate Olympic tourney and well, tournament, I'm saying full thing. But that's it, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This took a nice long, what, 4 episodes, 5 episodes to get done. But we're finally across this finish line. So y'all got a comment though. Let us know who y'all thought should have won. Should the Western Euros beat the Eastern Euros? Did we give too much love to the height and the size and the rebounding skill of the Africans? And nah, it should have got beat by this team. Are we underselling certain teams? Do y'all think the others would have upset and went further in spite of the lack of great shooting and scoring? Let us know. Y'all think we disrespected South America too much? Then nah, they would have beat them. Like, let us know. I'd love to hear what y'all think, man. So without further ado, man, that closes us out. Appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for listening. See y'all next episode.